Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Clarity Tarot and Astrology. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you guys are all doing very well and are excited for tonight's live reading session. Tonight, we are doing specific person love readings on the channel. So, if you have a specific love interest that you're interested in and you want to know how they're thinking and feeling about you, then you can sign up for a reading. There is a link in my description box. You can click that link and you can sign up for a reading. Hello, Janisha. How are you? If you are a member of my channel and you haven't yet gotten your free monthly reading, we can also do that here on this stream. Hello, Camille. How are you? And if you would like to get a personal reading, buy a personal reading, then I do also offer live paid readings as well, and that does include astrology. So do check out the description box and either sign up for a reading or donate for the reading that you would like. All right, yes, Camille, I'll add you to the list. Janisha, you can go ahead and post your question, and Camille, you can post your question as well. For Janisha, she asked, I would like to know how S is feeling towards me. We've been in no contact since last December. I'm a Cancer and he is a Capricorn. Okay. So, what does Janisha need to know about her love interests? How does he feel about her? What does she need to know about their no contact? Okay, so his overall energy towards you is the Ace of Wands. So his impression is that eventually at some time in the future, you guys are going to reconnect. For whatever reason, he feels like this is not the best time for you to be together right now, but he feels positive and optimistic that there will be a better time, that there will be a better opportunity in the future. So the way that he is thinking about you, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, like he's a Capricorn, so he's a long-term thinker. He wants everything to be right and to be perfect. This is someone that likes to do things in the right way, you know? So he kind of feels like right now your life and his life maybe needs a little bit more work. Like maybe you guys are still working on yourselves. Maybe you guys are still building your position in your career. Maybe you're still growing and maturing. So it just doesn't seem like an ideal time for him, but he does feel that in the future, when you guys are a little bit more um established or more stable, then that would be a better time to be together. So he just has a more long-term view of this. The way that he feels about you is the King of Pentacles, okay? So he feels like you would be a good long-term partner, okay? That's the thing about Capricorn is They're very logical, they're very practical, they're very realistic, and it might not be the best situation right now, but if you guys continue to work on yourself, if you guys continue to mature and better your position, then that's a time where he would be more open to a relationship. But just at this particular moment in time, he's more focused on his career, he's more focused on his finances. And this would be wise for you to do as well. Okay. So hopefully this is helpful for you and has given you a little bit of clarity. Next up, we have Camille, and then we'll have Alex. For Camille, she would like to know about Michael. I'm just gonna say M. You are very welcome, Janisha. Good luck. Yeah, Capricorns are more career focused. So the more develop you guys get in your careers and the more attractive he'll be to you and the more he'll be able to relax and just enjoy the relationship. All right, so good luck to you. For Camille, what is Michael's energy towards Camille? How is he thinking about her? How does he feel? All right, so his overall energy towards you is the sun. So even though you guys are in no contact, it feels like there's no hard feelings. Like it's not like something happened or he's like not liking you or you're out of favor with him. He still has a very overall positive disposition towards you. The way that he's thinking about you is the Justice card. Okay. So he feels like you are someone that like demands honesty. You're someone who wants like you have expectations, whether you've told this to him or not, but he feels like you're someone that like you want reciprocity. You want if you give him energy, then you want energy in return, right? Like you're definitely looking for an equal or you're looking for a partner or you're looking for someone that really has like no BS. He kind of feels like you're not looking for any BS. You're really looking for the truth, you're looking for honesty, you're looking for um yeah, like it's like he kind of feels like you're like sizing him up in a way. Like you're how can I say? He feels like you're very observant of everything he does and that he says. Hmm. Let me see how he feels about you. Ten of Pentacles. Okay. Look, he is like, okay. He thinks that you would be like a great relationship partner. He thinks that you are like perfect in a sense, okay? But he doesn't know if he can give you what you're looking for or if he can reciprocate your energy, okay? Especially that he's a Pisces. Pisces people are very free. They're very go with the flow. They have to swim away from time to time, and he feels like you're kind of looking for someone that's going to like be there, and like you're looking for someone who's going to be like really consistent. You're looking for someone who's going to be like accountable and responsible, and he's just not. Like he's just not that person. So as much as he feels positive about you, likes you, thinks you're a great person, he doesn't really know or feel like he could be your equal. Like this connection with him requires a lot of patience and understanding and compassion and empathy on your side. And, he doesn't know if you're really going to do that. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, it's not like, oh, there's anything bad here, anything like that. There's nothing bad here. It's just he kind of feels like you're just not compatible in a way. Like if he kind of is himself and he's doing the Pisces thing, you're going to get upset with him. You're going to get angry with him. You're going to be calling him out. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? And it's like he can already foresee that it's going to be an issue. So this is why he keeps his distance, because he doesn't really feel like this necessarily would work out long term. And it's probably for your own good, really. Alrighty. So hopefully this is helpful for you. You could donate for a second question if you want to look deeper into that. Hey, Boo, how are you? You can push your question whenever you're ready. For Alex, he asks, how does Anthony the Capricorn view me, his feelings towards me right now? I told him that I just like to be friends. Okay. What does Alex need to know about Anthony right now? How does Anthony view him? What are his feelings? All right. So his overall energy towards you, how he views you is the judgment card. So he feels like you have put your foot down with him, you have drawn the line with him. It feels like things between the two of you just are what they are. It just is what it is. And he accepts this. Hey, Kim. So, the way he's thinking about you is the Knight of Cups. He still has romantic feelings for you. He still thinks of you, um, that way. And that's not going to go away overnight, even though you told him that you want to be friends. So, there's still lingering feelings there. He definitely still has a crush on you, or he still like is infatuated with you. The way he feels about you is the devil. Okay. So, a lot of this connection maybe has been, how can I say it? It's like there could be like obsession here, right? And obsession is just a, let's say, a manifestation or a symptom of deeper unmet needs. And you may have been fulfilling some of those needs, okay? Or you maybe have like filled a hole or filled a void within him. So now that you've decided to just be friends, it's like, oh, okay, like I don't get to have my little obsession anymore, or I don't get to have this thing that like occupies my mind or keeps me busy. Like he maybe is a person that likes to have like a love interest because it distracts him from what's really going on inside of him. And I feel like he could be feeling quite empty now, or feeling like, oh, there's like something missing, there's a hole missing. But the reality is that his attraction for you was not really based out of genuine, real, honest to God love. It was more of like, I want to feel this feeling. I want to feel this way. I don't want to think about this. I want to be distracted from this. And you were like his vice, you were like his muse. You were his guilty pleasure in a way. And so now that's kind of gone in a sense. So yeah, he fills that void, but he's still, you know, there's still little feelings there. He said, I thought he was a good guy and he was really nice to me, but some of the things he did I didn't agree with, like him smoking cigarettes a lot. Yeah, that's a sign when someone is smoking cigarette, especially cigarettes. Smoking, you know, but if they're smoking cigarettes, that shows an addictive quality, right? Because smoking cigarettes is a very addictive pattern. So people that smoke cigarettes, or they always have to like smoke something, always got to put something in their mouth, that's a sign that they're lacking, that they have deep unmet needs, because the reflex of putting something in your mouth is like, it's like a child reflex. Children put things in their mouth to soothe themselves. And there's something deeper that he's trying to soothe. Okay. And so whenever someone smokes cigarettes or they have some like addiction of the mouth, like you can tell that this person is like like mentally, emotionally, and spiritually traumatized in some way. Okay. So just know that when next time you encounter this, that this is someone that has problems. Okay. And I couldn't even fall asleep next to him in my place for some reason. Yeah, your soul probably knew that something was wrong. Maybe you couldn't exactly put your finger on it, but you knew something was wrong. You said he also seemed immature and he was 10 years older than me. Yeah. I mean, like I said, if someone has to like smoke cigarettes, that's an addiction. Okay. It's an addiction and it just points to something deeper. And that deeper is like childhood age deep. So you don't want to be dealing with people that have that deep of issues, okay? So, yeah, like is he still interested in you? Yes, but does it really matter? No. No. Don't fall for his charm or like ignore the red flags because you're seeing them. You're seeing them and you would never tell him that you just wanted to be friends if you felt differently. So trust your gut, listen to your intuition and don't ignore the red flags, okay? Hi Sarah. Yes, the free list is still open. You say then we'd go out to eat and he was on his phone a lot. Oh yeah. It's an addiction. The phone is another addiction. It's the dopamine that people like about the phone, people who can't get off the phone. It's the dopamine thing. So this is someone who has a lot of addictions. He's exhibiting a lot of the negative characteristics of Capricorn, which is when instead of um, disciplining yourself and using that energy in a positive way, he feels burdened by the Saturn energy of Capricorn and he tries to escape it through vices and addictions and things like this. So major red flags, definitely not to be ignored. Yeah, and if you feel ignored, then you don't this is not something that's going to get better with time, right? He's showing you exactly who he is. He's laying out all the red flags and you just have to, see him for what he is. Oh, and he's the baby of the family. No. Sarah, yes, I'll add you to the list. Yeah, definitely cut your losses. Makes sense. Full moon in Capricorn, right? So you're seeing him for who he is. He's showing you exactly who he is. So believe it. Hello, Emily. All right, so hopefully that was helpful for you, Alex. Good luck. All right, next up we've got Sarah, then Kim, and then Emily. So Sarah, you can post your question. You're welcome. Glad to hear it. For Sarah, what are B's next actions towards her this month? Oh my God, I am sorry. Sharna got kicked off the list. But Sharna, I do member readings first, so I am going to do Sarah, but then I'll hit you up next, okay? All right, B's next actions towards Sarah. I have the 10 of swords and the 9 of swords. So I do feel like the rest of the month is going to be more of like an ending cycle as opposed to anything starting, which makes sense. After the full moon, the energy dies down until the next new moon. So I'm not really seeing any significant actions or significant developments forward. It's more about winding down whatever has occurred between the two of you over the past 2 weeks. So the energy I'm getting from him is that he's going to be much more internal right now, which makes sense. Saturn is going to go retrograde tomorrow. I know he's like a very strong, like he has very strong Aquarius energy. Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, so he could be just much more to himself. He could be much more withdrawn, reserved, and you probably will be as well because you are a Capricorn rising. So, more than likely, you're both kind of going to be doing your own thing, while Saturn is retrograde over the next couple of months. But I don't think it's anything to worry about. It's just the astrology. And when everything turns direct again, you probably will be, back on the same page. So, yeah, I just wouldn't expect anything significant to happen. Yeah, it's no big deal. Alrighty, good luck to you. Charnette, you can post your question. For Charnette, how is James feeling about me? He's been very in and out with me. Yeah, so same thing applies with him. I know that he is in Aquarius as well, and Aquarius is going through a lot, okay? Uranus, the planet of unpredictability, the planet of shocking changes, unexpected events, has recently entered his fifth house of love, dating, and romance. And this is an 8-year transit. So for him specifically, when it comes to dating and love, he's going to be very unpredictable. On top of that, tomorrow, Sunday, the ruler of his chart, Saturn, is going retrograde. So if he's already being in and out and weird, just kind of expect that for the next couple of months, it's going to be more intense than it is right now. Okay. So let's see exactly how he's thinking and feeling about you. Alex, yes, I am feeling it. How about you? Okay, so Charnette, his overall energy towards you right now is the 5 of Wands. So yeah, he senses that you are on different pages right now. Okay. Um he knows that he's not meeting your needs. And in ways, you're not meeting his needs either. Okay. So you guys are kind of at you're kind of having like it's like a sticking point right now where it's like this is a little impasse that you're going through, and it's kind of hard to navigate because the wavelength that he's on and the wavelength that you're on are very different, and you're trying to get on the same wavelength, but Nobody's willing to make the energetic changes or the spiritual changes to do so. And so the way that he's thinking about you, we have the 3 of swords. Yeah, he doesn't love this. He's not happy about this. He's not happy about the fact that you are not on the same page. Um, but at the same time, he's not trying to do anything to rectify the situation. The way he feels about you right now is the 10 of Cups in reverse. So he's worried that you guys are on the road towards a breakup at this point, because he right now is not seeing a future where you're on the same page. Um, but like I said, a lot of this right now is because of the astrology that he's currently experiencing. And you're also having, I mean, you have a full moon going on right now in your 5th house of dating as well. So your 5th houses are both activated right now. And so, look, the place that you guys are at right now, it's like either you accept each other for who you guys are and where you're at and kind of like do your own things in a way, or, just expect this to naturally kind of fade out. Um, because unless you guys can allow each other to be your own people, this just can't work. It just can't work because neither of you are willing to change. Neither of you are willing to budge. Neither of you are willing to do what it takes to meet the other person's needs. So, yeah, from his perspective, he kind of already feels like you guys are heading towards a breakup. And bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor because he wants to be his own person and he wants you to be your own person too. But he doesn't feel like you can both be your own people and you're going to be content with that. He knows you want more from him. He knows you want more closeness, you want more vulnerability, you want more emotions. And he's like, nah, like I ain't going to do that. And I know that she's not going to accept that about me. So, you know, he's just planning to just let this ride out until you're done with him, until you're done with him and until you've had enough. He's just going to keep things exactly the way that they are. Okay. So, yeah, just know that the astrology that you both have going on right now is, really showing this. Okay. So, hopefully, this is helpful for you. You've been a hermit. That's funny. All right. Next up, we've got Kim. All right, so for Kim asked Gemini's energy towards me after the last couple of days. He's been going through family stuff. All right, what is Gemini's energy towards Kim? All All right, his overall energy towards you, we have the Page of Cups, which is very sweet. So his overall vibe towards you is that he's very, how can I say it? He has like an infatuation towards you. It's almost like you can do no wrong in his eyes. Like everything you do is right, everything you do is perfect. Um it's really really sweet. So the way that he's thinking about you right now, all right, I have two cards that are coming out. We have the 10 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. So I feel like you're keeping him very positive right now. You're helping him to stay focused on the big picture rather than getting very bogged down with the present moment or getting very bogged down with the details of his life. So, yeah, you serve a very positive role for him. The way that he is feeling about you is the Page of Swords. So, yeah, he knows that maybe he's being a little bit dry or maybe he's not being as communicative, but it's just because he doesn't have a lot of extra energy. Like he's pretty dry. Um his tank is pretty low. Okay? Whereas normally maybe his tank would be like, he uses his energy and then he still has like, half a tank. Nowadays, he has only like a quarter tank or maybe even less. And he's like aware that he's off his game. So he's just hoping that you're not taking it personal, that you're not, thinking that it means something because it doesn't mean anything. It's just him. It's just where he's at. So you said I've been very empathetic with him, but also jokey to keep things light and distracting when he needs it. Yeah, that's the demeanor that I would keep. That's the vibe that I would just stay on, because it really is helpful to him. So even though maybe he doesn't say it, maybe he doesn't express it to you, but just know that he does appreciate your energy. He appreciates the good vibes that you're giving him, and he will pull out of this eventually. Hello, Heaven's daughter. Yeah, so you're doing a good job. So don't worry about it. Everything is good. Well, good. Yeah, everything is fine. So don't worry about it. You are welcome. Next up, we have Emily. Exactly. Exactly. So, Emily, these are specific person love readings. So, it has to be about a specific person. For Emily, what is Derek's energy towards her? All right, so his energy towards you is the Knight of Swords. So there seems to be like a hot and cold energy here. There's an in and out energy. There's like an inconsistent energy. This is someone who might be very busy in their own life, or they just have a lot of other priorities at this time in their life. So they might not be able to direct all of their energy towards you. The way that they feel about you, we have the 8 of cups, so I am also feeling emotional distance from this person as well. So again, it's like it feels like this person just has higher priorities in their life, and it's like this isn't they're not putting any emotional energy into it. They're not putting any gasoline into this car. So it's kind of, just sitting there in a way. The way that they feel about you, Chariot. So you might have a very like motherly energy, a very motherly spirit. You could be very healing and therapeutic to this person, maybe without even knowing. You might be very compassionate and understanding and loving. And this is something that this person wants. They want this type of energy, but they want it because they're lacking it in some way. So either they're lacking it from their childhood, so they're running on a large deficit, they have a very large spiritual like void within their life, or this person might be chasing all of these different things. They might be chasing career, they might be chasing money, they might be chasing success, or they could be chasing other girls, thinking that that's going to be the answer, that's going to fix them, it's going to heal them, it's going to make them feel better, but it's not. So, just know that this person senses something in you. You have an energy, you have a vibe about you that is attractive to this person. And that's what their infatuation for you is about. That's what their interest in you is about. It's like, okay, how can I get this feeling that you're giving off, as opposed to genuinely being interested in you, the person, you, the human individual. Okay. So hopefully this is helpful for you and gives you lots of clarity. You're welcome. Good luck. Hello, Katerina. Yes, I am doing astrology readings. My week was good. How about you? The weekend has been good, kind of busy, just getting work done. What about you? You said that's great. It's been good. Laying low, spent it at the beach. Nice. Very, very nice. How are you feeling? Good. Good to hear. So let me open PayPal, see what your question was. He said, Terrell, love read for B and I, please, and thank you. Of course. I take life day by day, but I can't complain. That is a good way to live, my friend. All right. So he said, I do have my moments of grief, of course. Yes, very normal. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. Thank you so much. Aw, thank you. All right, so let's see how B is currently thinking and feeling, what's going on in his brain. What does Sarah need to know about B right now? How is he thinking and feeling about her? How does he feel about their connection? All right, so his overall energy towards you right now is the devil. Okay, very interesting. What's really funny about this card is that it relates to Capricorn. And we just had a full moon in Capricorn, which is your first house. So when you're having a full moon in your first house, it's like people can see you for whatever reason. Like they are around you all the time, but for some reason they can just see you more clearly. And I feel like that is it's clear to him, like your relationship, your connection, it's like clear to him right now. And I feel like when he takes a step back and he looks at it, he understands how you both are kind of like leaning on each other or using each other, not in a bad way, but like using each other to fulfill unmet needs, okay? And this is something that he is definitely pondering on right now. He's reflecting on right now of, hmm, you know, should should we continue with this? Like, is this good for us? Like I feel like up until this point, maybe he hasn't really thought twice about it, but now he's thinking about it a little bit more. Um, for him, like with his Aquarius, Capricorn falls in his 12th house. And the 12th house is the house of secrets and addictions and our mental health. And I feel like with him having a full moon in the Aquarius area, I'm sorry, in the Capricorn area of his life, it's highlighting to him where he's at. He's observing his own mental health and his own um hmm, he's just very reflective right now, very reflective on what's going on inside of him. And he knows and he recognizes that there are things within him that he needs to work on. Um, you said that he you said, yeah, I can see that I actually haven't spoke to him in like 2 weeks. He sent me a message yesterday. It didn't require a response. I just hearted it. He just started school. I'll talk to him soon. Yeah, it's like in the distance or the time apart, he can like see you more clearly. And he feels like he feels like you're both leaning on each other, but behind each of you, there's more that needs to be addressed and needs to be dealt with. So, and wow, I have the Nine of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That was the same card that came out in the first reading that I did tonight. Like, he's more aware of his insecurities. He's more aware of his vulnerabilities. And like you said, like you have your moments of grief. I feel like he also has his moments of grief as well. Like he grieves things, he's sad about things, and you guys might sort of distract each other, make each other happy, give each other something to like look forward to, or to take your mind off of things. But it feels like he's really, how can I say it? He's like more focused now on the reality, which is just a theme of this time period right now. Like labeled the full moon in Capricorn video, like I think I labeled it like big, like a big reality check or something like that. So he's definitely feeling that right now. The way he thinks about you, I have the Temperance card. So yes, you bring a lot of healing energy to him. You bring a lot of positive energy to him, optimistic energy. This is Sagittarius. Sagittarius is super positive and always sees the bigger picture and continues to look towards the light and the sun. And this is the way that he sees you. He feels like you have a very positive disposition. And it's just really nice and refreshing because it feels like he doesn't really have a lot of positivity around him, or he doesn't have a lot of things to be happy about, or he doesn't have a lot of things to like look forward to. Like it feels like he's kind of pessimistic about the future in a way. So you sort of take him out of that energy, but it's temporary, right? Like it doesn't solve the deeper core problems. The way he feels about you is the Tower. So yeah, he definitely senses a big difference in your energies. He senses a big difference in your connection. I almost see the lightning strike that is coming through. Um, I see it as like truth. It's like for some reason, truth has just occurred. Eighth Earth Angel Mona, thank you so much for your donation. Um, my donations start at $10, so I can either refund you your $5 or you can donate for the offering that you would like. Please read my description box before donating and donate for the offering that would answer the question that you have. So just let me know if you want a refund or if you're going to donate more money. Um, yeah, it just feels like there's truth here. Like he's just seeing things like more clearly. He's seeing things for more of what they are. Um, because time gives perspective. So the way he feels about your connection is the 10 of cups. Like, yeah, it just brings a lot of positivity, a lot of happiness, a lot of good energy to his life. He really likes the way that you feel. He feels with you. So yeah, it's like regardless of what comes up, and I've said this 100 times, and like when I look at um like even your synastry chart, it's like there's nothing bad here. There's nothing wrong here. Like there's nothing but love. Like that continues to remain. Like there's nothing but love no matter what comes up, no matter what the situation is, no matter like where you guys are at mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, like there's always love there. So that's what I feel keeps you guys hanging on. The challenge with him is the 5 of swords. So yeah, he just feels like you guys right now are on different wavelengths. Like the direction he's heading in versus the direction that you're heading in are different directions. They require you to be on different wavelengths. And that's basically what keeps us in relationship with someone. We have to be on the same wavelength energetically with them. And right now, you guys are just on different energetic levels. No one's wrong, no one's bad. It's just you guys are both following your paths. You're both doing, what life is bringing to you. And that just is on different wavelengths. So he definitely is just aware of the fact that like your paths are not really crossing. Like there's nothing that like your lives don't organically have like a reason to be together. So he's just very aware of that. And I think that's a part of the truth that he's like understanding and realizing is no matter how much we like each other, no matter how much we care about each other, like if our lives don't naturally cross paths, it makes it really hard to like actually be together. So clarifying the devil, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you said he like started school again or something. I feel like that's sort of his new obsession in a way because studying, work, chasing money is also an obsession as well. That relates to Capricorn, that relates to the devil card here. And so yeah, this is just his new thing, like it's where he's shifted his energy to at this time. And I wouldn't be surprised if during the entire transit of Saturn retrograde, if this is sort of the direction that he's in, and then once the retrograde is over, then you guys get back on track again. which would also correspond with like holiday time. So if he has like holiday break or something like that from studies, it feels like that's when you guys would pick up communication. Clarifying the temperance card, I have the 3 of cups. Okay, so that's really nice. He still sees you as his friend. He really likes your companionship, the camaraderie that you have. This is something that he really enjoys. Again, there's like nothing but positive energy coming from him. Clarifying the Tower, we have the 8 of Cups. Yeah, he knows that right now he kind of has to take a step back for multiple reasons. For one, like I said, he realizes that you guys do lean on each other, that you guys do kind of use each other as a crutch almost. And he feels like, okay, we need to back off of this for a little bit. Like we both need to like address the deeper challenges that we have. We both need to address our problems. That's one way that I see this happening. But also, like I said, he's just sort of shifted all of his energy towards like a new obsession or like um a new pathway right now. So he's energetically or emotionally rather, he's emotionally not as available as he was in the past. Clarifying the 10 of Cups, we have the Hanged Man. Yes, like I said, it's like no matter what happens, no matter what comes up on the road for you, no matter where your life takes you, his life takes him. There's always going to be good vibes, but he definitely senses that right now, like the paths are just not pathing, they're just not aligning. And like he's okay with it. He's just like, yeah, okay, like this is just what it is. And, you know, when it circles back, it circles back. And he's, totally okay with that. Clarifying the 5 of Swords, we have the Hierophant. Yeah, it's just about spiritual alignment. And yeah, I have 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You guys are just on very, very different pages spiritually, very different pages emotionally, different pages mentally. So there's just not anything to. It's like there's no karma to be worked out right now. There's nothing to heal or resolve, or there's nothing that either of you can give each other. So it's just like, okay, we're just doing our things. We're just living our lives, wishing you the best, hope all's well, and we'll see where things go. But my feeling is that this is very, very, very much so tied to the Saturn retrograde. Big time. Big time. So that ends on November 27th. And I bet that as soon as that time comes around, you guys will be back on track again. But until then, definitely feels like you're both just doing your own things. You're both just following your own paths. And yeah, those probably are just likely not naturally or organically crossing. So it's like anytime you guys want to communicate, it's like hard to do so because there's nothing really to say or do or to talk about. Um it's kind of might be more like surface level until things get back on track again. Just like, "Oh, hey, how are you? You okay? Yeah, cool." It might just be like that, but it's not an indication of anything like serious or significant. So, let's get one oracle card about this to close this out. Okay, I have 2 that wanted to come out. I have awakening and I also have warning. Bottom of the deck, I have children. Interesting. So yeah, I feel like you both are going to be going on a a season of your spiritual journeys that just have to be done separate. Like there's no value he can bring to your journey right now, and there's no value you can bring to his journey right now. Like you both just kind of have to like go take your classes separately in a way, like quote unquote take your classes, like take your spiritual classes, take your spiritual lessons to get separate right now. Um but when you guys come back together and reconnect, you're going to be such a different person, he's going to be such a different person. So that is something to look forward to. We have warning here, don't dismiss the red flags. I don't feel like this is a message for right now, but this could be a message for the future. So yeah, TBD on that one, or we'll circle back to that in the future. There might be something that happens in the future here. Hmm. Let me actually clarify that. 10 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, it's just saying like let things end. Let things end, let things take their natural course, let cycles close. Um yeah, cuz like every relationship, you hear this cliche quote, every relationship has its ups and downs, but it's literally true. Like every relationship has its ups and downs, and that's the natural flow of life. What comes up must come down. So you guys have gone up, now it needs to come down. So just let it come down. Let the door close. Don't hold on, don't hang on, don't grip on too hard. Um, Now be more objective about him as opposed to subjective, because when you are liking someone, you're seeing all the positive things about them. Now you need to be more objective about him. Like, okay, yes, like I love this about him, but I don't like this about him. Or this does worry me, or this I am not too sure about. Like, be a little bit more discriminating about him and not only seeing him through the lens of positivity, because this is this is unnatural, right? Like everyone has negatives, everyone has flaws, and some of the negatives and flaws that present with him, you might be like either you're not seeing them or you're overlooking them for some reason. And like this is something that you need to do. Like this is like Saturn retrograde, right? It's reviewing, redoing, re-evaluating, re-examining. And there could be things about him that you're kind of like tolerating, or you're just like, yeah, this is fine. But when really it's not, it's really not. And you're actually not okay with certain things. It's just that, you just want him or you just like him. And this is likely a part of your awakening journey, is understanding like why you don't see these things, or what it is that you're like not trying to see, and becoming more aware of it. But this can only be done with space and time and distance. So let the cycle end. It's naturally ending. You can feel it. It's naturally ending. So let the cycle end. And it's from that place of nothingness that you can then plant another seed. Um, you don't want to keep growing this particular, fruit or flower, whatever. Like it's going rotten, or it's not in season anymore. So, you have to let this one go and plant something else, plant something new. I also have children here. So it feels like this could be a season or a time to focus more on your children. Or what I'm also getting is this could relate to the warning sign, right? He might not want children. He might not be interested in being a dad or being a father. And this might clash with you in your life, or your vision for your life might not really go with the vision for his life. And again, that could be something that you guys just kind of like are not really discussing or talking about, just in order to like keep the connection going. But it's like if you guys are not on the same page about your child and maybe even potential future kids, if you are not aligned with that, then again, like the reality of this happening is just going to be like very low, right? So that could also be what the warning is talking about, is like don't dismiss any red flags about him, or maybe there's things about him that you think might not make him a good parent. Don't dismiss those red flags, right? Don't just think like, "Oh, maybe he'll outgrow him." Like, no, like look at him for what he like who he is, look at the characteristics that he has, and like really think if, like this is something that like he would actually really want to do. Yeah, like if he doesn't want to have his own kids, like to me that's kind of a red flag that he's not really interested in being a father. And like, yeah, maybe he's open to adopting, but like is he interested in being a father? Like a father and like fathering your child. If he doesn't even want to have his own offspring, like why would he be incentivized to father your child? And if you want to have more kids and he doesn't want to have his own kids, like that could be a really big sticking point that you have, and something that you would majorly have to compromise on. So something to really, really think about, and you know understand like that could be why your paths are just not aligning, right? Because why why couldn't he marry you? If he wanted to be with you and he wanted to take care of your kid, there's no reason why he couldn't marry you. you know he could, because that's the reality. He can marry you if he wanted to. But if he's not doing that, and he's using, oh, school or this as an excuse, it's probably just really that he doesn't really want to do it. He just doesn't really want to do it. And, you know, this is something like you kind of have to take him at face value for. Like, do you want to continue investing time in someone that isn't really taking any initiative to, like, you know, pull you in closer, take isn't really taking initiative to like, try to marry you. Obviously, that's really important for his life path. If you guys are going to be together, he has to marry you. And also like isn't really keen on kids. Like that could be a huge, deal breaker. So something to think about during what I feel will probably be a little bit of a separation period. Uh, yeah. Yeah, like he might not really be, interested in marriage. Like even though he likes you, like that just might not be, something that he's really wanting to do. Because if he was marriage minded and he wanted to be with you, he would have been pushing this. Like military guys are notorious for getting married for all the benefits it brings to them. And if he's not really jumping on this, I think that's a sign of like where he's at. So Yeah, I just think right now you have to like awaken to the reality of the situation. Alrighty. So I know not the most fun, positive, upbeat, exciting reading, but nonetheless, the one we were given. So good luck to you and good luck on your journey. You are very, very welcome. My pleasure. Moana, you can post your question whenever you're ready. Yes, I did get your second donation. Okay, so you want to know what's next for me and JB. Okay. So for Moana, what's next for Moana and JB? All right, so his overall energy towards you is the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. So he senses that right now both of you have things in your life that you need to be focused on. You both have things in your life that you need to be working on. And he perceives that the next chapter involves both of you sort of focusing on separate things. The way that he is thinking about you is the Six of Wands. Okay, so he does think that you'll both be successful in whatever it is that you'll need to do. So he is optimistic for the future. How he feels is the Eight of Cups, though. Okay, so he's very optimistic about your long-term future, but he feels like the short-term future requires both of you to do your own things, okay? And the 8 of Cups is about emotionally distancing or emotionally detaching. And this is the direction that I'm seeing the connection go in. It's like you guys have taken this as far as you can go, um, in the current season, the current cycle, with the people that you currently are right now, with the way your lives are set up right now. This has gone as far as it can go. And in order for this connection to go to the next level, it requires both of you to go to the next level. Like you both need to level up your lives in some way to create meaningful space for the other. Like there might not be any space for you in his life and vice versa. There might not really be any space for him in your life. And you both need to work to create more space um, in your lives. So, yeah, he's optimistic that you'll both do that. You both will do what you need to do. Your lives will get better. But he feels like right now, there's just really nothing that either of you can like meaningfully contribute to the other. There's nothing that either of you can do or say to each for each other that's going to help you to get there. So you almost have to like ride solo right now, and it's just he needs all of his emotional energy for what he's doing, right? Guys are very one tracked minded. They cannot have multiple things going on um the way that like women can, like we can like hold space for like multiple things. He cannot hold space for multiple things, so he kind of has to put this connection on the back burner. That way he can build his life, and then once his life has more room for you in it, he has more stability, more value to bring to the table, then he can integrate you back in. So it's almost like letting things go in order for things to come together in the future. Like if you love someone, let them go. If they come back, that's how you know. That's the way that he currently sees things right now. Okay. So hopefully this is helpful for you. Valerie, thank you so much for your donation. You can post your question whenever you're ready. You're welcome. Good luck. Hi, Valerie. You say I put in for a housing transfer. I need more space. I'm a single mom with three special needs kids. God bless you. I'm waiting on housing to find me a house. Do you see when it will take place? And are we happy? I want to relocate to a countryside community. Well, tarot cannot tell us time frames. It can't tell us like when something will take place. It can tell us more like if it will take place and what the feeling and the vibe is around the situation. Are you interested in hearing about that? Okay. All right. Awesome. So, what does Valerie need to know about her housing transfer? What does Valerie need to know about her housing transfer? What's the energy of the situation right now? Is there something that is in progress for her? And will they be happy there? All right, so the overall energy of this situation, we've got the Hanged Man, but it's coming out with the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so the universe is asking you to trust and to be patient and to not be focused so much on the outcome. To continue to live in the present moment, continue to make the best of what you have, and to know that in due time you will get a new beginning. Okay, the Ace of Pentacles is about a new beginning. Pentacles refers to our physical material reality, so it is coming. Okay, don't get too bogged down on the time frame. It must happen this way, it must happen at this time, because there are things working out in the background, to get you in the best situation for you and your kids. Let's see what else. All right, I also have the Seven of Wands. I am seeing that there is competition, or there might be a lot of people all wanting the same thing, or it's not a straightforward and easy process. So that's why I'm getting like, don't stress about anything you can't control. Um, and know that everything is working out in the highest good of everyone involved. I also have the Tower. So this will unfold unexpectedly. This will unfold, um it will everything in regards to the situation is gonna happen in a way that, is unpredictable, okay? It's unpredictable. There's just so many factors, so many variables. It's impossible to know everything. So just like expect the unexpected and like be prepared for things to maybe like take longer than you expect, or to the process to work out differently than you expect. Yeah. I also have the Knight of Wands and the Moon. Okay, so I am seeing you landing somewhere where you're very, very happy. I'm seeing you being somewhere where you feel like you can, really put down roots, or um, you can feel quite happy, or feel very like prepared, or prepared is not really the word I want to use. Like, you're gonna feel like, okay, I have everything I need to be the best mom I can be. I'm seeing the Knight of Wands here as well. So I'm also getting like there's a very fun energy to this place. Like there is a um like kind of like exciting nature to the place. Like, it's a maybe, like, an exciting area, or maybe there's a lot to do, something along these lines. So I do see you being, like, quite happy about that, but I also feel like you just feel at home, you feel settled, you feel good, and you feel like you're equipped with everything you need, um, to give your kids everything that they need, but also that you feel prepared to wake up every morning and take care of them. So this is all gonna work out for you, but just know the process is gonna be very unpredictable, and there's so many things behind the scenes that are being worked out on your behalf and in your favor. But, this will all work out in due time when it's meant to. And I looked at the clock and it was 1 hour 54:54. So 54:54 might be an angel number to look up and read. So I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for trusting me to read for you, and thanks for stopping by my channel. Hopefully, I'll see you back again. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing your lovely energy with me. I appreciate you. Thank you.